Hi, good morning, everybody. Let's see what the boys are truly made of. We're going to find out on this road trip whether we're contenders for the playoffs or just pretenders. We're going to find out very soon, folks. The next 6 days is going to say volumes if we're being stroked along or if this team is for real and is going to make a push to get in. We're going to find out because this is their second 4-game road trip and last of the season. The last one you guys might recall was that West trip where I had all sorts of fun with Clint Eastwood. This is the next road trip, not, a central road trip, not a western one, mind you, but a central road trip where we're going to see what the boys are made of because this is not an easy one. This is one, guys, that I said right from the beginning. 2-2, I am thrilled. Because this, in my opinion, will be our hardest road trip of the season, without a doubt. I've looked at the rest. We have one more West trip, as we know, coming up next month. And that one will not be, I think, as brutal as this one. Next one, we're playing at LA, at Anaheim, and then at San Jose. LA, we have a day off before the game. Anaheim, we have a day off before the game. San Jose, we have 2 days off before the game. Big difference than when you're looking at 4 games and 6 nights. 3 of the next 4 nights we're playing. We're in Dallas. We're in St. Louis tomorrow, day off. We're in Winnipeg, day off. We close up in Mini. 4 games in 6 days. So we're in Dallas. This is the first, the toughest one, I guess, of the bunch, really. This is not going to be an easy one. The boys are going to have to show up and somehow make this happen. And I have my doubts going in, guys, because of our defensive play. These are all teams that we know are capable of closing the door down on other teams, even St. Louis. We know that these teams are capable of closing the door where we're not. We're not yet. We're just not there yet. But we're a wild bunch. We're a rebellious bunch. And we're pretty much a fearless bunch. That's one good thing about the Sabres team, guys, is that they're fearless. They're just not scared of anybody. I think they're more scared of themselves than they are, of anybody. So we're going to close out this month with these 4 games. So looking at the schedule today, just so you guys know, okay, this is very interesting. Florida plays at Rangers. Islanders play at Toronto. If the Sabres win this game, if they win, and that's a big if, I know that. If they win, though, we'll be 3 points out of a playoff spot, regardless of what anybody else does. 3 points. And keep in mind, we will be 5 points behind the Capitals with 3 games in hand if we win this game. A lot of things are going into this trip, folks. A lot. And if we can get in there and just do our thing and get the hell out after 4 games, if the Sabres come out with like 5 points or something, we're sitting pretty. That more than I thought that going in. This one worries me. This one worries me because I am absolutely convinced, going to be our hardest road trip of the season. We're in the second half now. All these teams are gearing up, folks. All these teams, including St. Louis. All these teams are gearing up. And look, the Blues I keep talking about as maybe the potential easy game. The Blues are still a team that won the Stanley Cup, a lot of these guys, just a few years ago. They know how to get their act together. We seen them last year in the playoffs. They look good. And then all of a sudden, Bennington went down and there went their chance of winning anything. So I'm excited for this road trip. I want to see what the boys are made of. I do. I want to see. I just want to know. Like, are we going to go 0-4 and reality's finally going to knock on the door and say, look, you guys are developing. It's another year. You got to wait another year before you are going to go deep into a season like this. Or are we for real and just don't know it yet? Because I think right now, guys, it's just a lot of question marks as Sabres fans. We just want the answer. We want answers. We just want to know. The worst feeling is being strung along and not knowing, So if we can come out of this winning 3 out of 4, we're going to be feeling all pretty good about our chances. I just know we will, because that'll be 4 games off the schedule. I feel it's only a matter of time before we start getting things together at home. Sooner or later, the home issue will address itself with a young team. It just happens that way most of the time. So I'm looking forward to this. Now, I want to touch on football. And yeah, it might be easy because I'm a Niners fan to say this, but you guys will just have to wait till next year. I don't know what happened to the Bills in this year's playoffs, folks. I don't got an answer. It just seemed like Allen wasn't himself. There just was a lot of things about that playoff that I don't get with the Bills. Even the first game against Miami, I was surprised. I don't care how good Miami's played them in the past. When you're in the playoffs and you're about to head to a Super Bowl, you blow that team out. Because that was an inconsistent team all year, Miami. They were 9-8, right? I believe, 9-8. Inconsistent all year. They look good, losing streak. Look good, losing streak. I mean, this team all year just didn't have it, and the Bills barely got by them. And then, I don't know. I just thought with the whole Handling thing, I thought they'd blow out Cincinnati the way Cincinnati blew them out in the game, kind of the same score, where they would hold them to like only so many points. But look, you know what? This Buffalo team is a good team. It's a good team for sure. So I wouldn't panic and Buffalo blow it up. I'll maybe add a few pieces on there and finish it. It needs a bit of fine polishing, I think, that team. But it's going to be an angry Bills team next year. Okay, so hang in there, guys. Hang in there. I know it can be brutal. Football can be brutal. Yesterday, I was just like stressed out the whole game. This is why I didn't do any videos. I was busy watching the Niners game. And, look, football can be just as brutal because it's a one-game chance, and that's it. Season over, So hang in there, folks. Hang in there. That's a good team in Buffalo. They're going to win a Super Bowl if they don't blow that up and panic or do anything stupid. So that's just my feel about the Bills. I really had them picked this year to win the Super Bowl before the season started. I never thought I'd say that 5 years ago about the Bills, but this year I felt that way. I did. All right, so coming down the stretch here, guys, let's take a quick look at this. Buffalo right now, 5 points out of a playoff spot, game in hand. We are 2 points behind Florida, 2 points behind the Islanders, and we have 3 games in hand on both of those teams. So all of a sudden, we are in this picture. And enjoy it. Guys, enjoy it. This is something we should be enjoying, not avoiding because we're scared. We should be enjoying the fact that we're in this race. We should be enjoying this. This is something that we wanted. For the cop-out, okay, it's like a boxer that goes in the ring and talks crap to Muhammad Ali, and the minute he's in the ring, all he's doing is covering up the whole fight. That's what we could do as fans and chicken out and not enjoy this and say, I don't want to talk about playoffs. I don't think we should talk about the Sabres getting in. I want to talk about the Sabres getting in, guys, because mathematically speaking, we're in this right now. We might not be in this in 4 games. So let's enjoy this moment. Let's look at how far we've come. We're 45 games into the season this time around. And it wasn't that long ago, Vancouver fans were calling this team a shit show on my channel. Calling us, this team, basically not knowing what we're doing. Now look at all our prospects. Look at the condition we're in, and look at over there with no prospects. You see what I'm saying? What I was talking about on my channel months ago, when I was comparing us to other franchises and saying that we're way ahead of that franchise, I wasn't just saying it, we are. We are. We're way ahead of some of these franchises, folks. Montreal do not have our prospects. Columbus do not have our prospects. We're way ahead of these teams. I'm talking prospect pool. Forget the team, even though we're the youngest team in the league with a bunch of 21, 22-year-olds. You know, Detroit, with Yzerman, don't have our prospects. They don't. Neither does Ottawa. Neither does Philadelphia. Neither do the Islanders. Neither does Florida. Neither does Pittsburgh. Neither does Washington. You look at every team that's out of the playoffs, right? Or in the wild card, okay? Wild card spot or wild card hunt. Show me one team that has a better future than us. One. You can't. You can't. So this could be where the boys start turning into men today. This could be the trip, guys, that changes and alters our team for years to come, this road trip. And if we don't do anything good on this road trip, the truth is, folks, we're still going to be floating around 500. And we'll take what we can get as fans this year. There's no point in tossing in a towel, I believe, and just writing off the season saying, the boys aren't ready for the playoffs. No, not yet. Not yet. So I want to see what they do. I want to see how we react on this road trip. I want to see how hard we play these teams. I want to see, yes, the physical awareness. What they're going to learn on this road trip is you can't put it in words. What they're going to learn on this road trip, on this central road trip, they're going to learn a lot about themselves. So we're going to see. We'll leave it there. I'm ranting, but at the same time, I'm excited about this road trip because these are the type of games that turn little boys into young men. And I think when they come out of this 4-game swing, whatever happens, okay, whatever happens, if we survive it, this team will be forever altered, I believe, going forward. This is the road trip that makes or breaks this season without a doubt in my mind. Without a doubt. And what does 2-2 mean? 2-2 means we just continue. Doesn't mean we dropped off the cliff and died. That's what it means. What's 4-0 mean? We're making it. We're going to get in. We're making the playoffs. If we win all 4 games, we're getting in. I don't care what happens. I don't care if we got to beat Boston in a game. I don't care. Like, if the Sabres can get going on this road trip somehow, because I have my doubts. I do. And rightfully so. Take a look at the teams we're playing and where. We're playing in their hostile environments. And these guys are all like, they're geared and getting ready. So let's see what the boys do. This is the first of 4. Let's see what we do. We have 2 4-game road trips this year. We won 3 out of 4 in the first one. Let's see how we do in this one. 2-2 is the goal. 3-1, I'm thrilled. 4-0, I'll have to pinch myself. 0-4, I'm not throwing in the towel. But, I mean, we'll just take a game at a time, of course. Let's see today, guys. I'm going off about this because this is huge. This is our season now, all right? All right, guys, I'll see you in the post game. Let's go Sabres. Make us proud. Get in there and fight. Fight, fight, fight. Let's get some of these games and go home with our heads up. See you later, guys.